In the quiet trembling of your soul, in that sacred space where fear and longing meet, I draw near to you now. You have carried so much within you, holding questions you could not voice, wrestling with burdens that press silently upon your heart. And yet, even in that heaviness, you sensed a whisper calling you beyond the familiar, beyond the comfort you crafted to keep your world predictable. My child, this is the moment where the horizon widens, where the safe shore gives way to the unknown waters of faith, and where I invite you to step toward me with courage that rises not from your strength, but from mine. You have lived for so long within the boundaries you built to protect yourself. The routines, the plans, the stability you shaped, they became a boat that felt secure, a container where life could function, predictable and unmoving. But deep inside, you always knew there was more than the quiet rhythm of survival. There was a calling, a stirring, a gentle but persistent pull that kept returning no matter how much you tried to silence it. I have seen every moment where your heart wondered if you were meant for something greater, something beyond the constraints of fear, something born not from caution, but from trust. And today I am speaking clearly. It is time to step out of the boat. I know that the unknown feels frightening. I know that when you imagine taking that first step, your mind fills with doubts and your body tightens with resistance. You replay scenarios of what could go wrong. You question your readiness. You worry about disappointing yourself or others. But hear me gently and hear me deeply. Fear has disguised itself as logic. Anxiety has dressed itself as caution, and hesitation has tried to convince you it is wisdom. Yet the wisdom that comes from me does not paralyze. It leads, it guides, it strengthens. And my wisdom is calling you forward. Look at the waters before you now. They are not meant to drown you. They are meant to reveal what faith can carry. These waters are not a threat. They are an invitation. They hold the reflection of my presence, the depth of my promises, the strength of my hands stretched toward you. When I call you, I never call you into emptiness. I call you into a place where I have already prepared the way. Your destiny is not on the shore where you have remained. Your destiny is found in the motion of trust, the surrender of fear, the step that defies everything that once held you back. My child, when you step out, you are not stepping into uncertainty. You are stepping into me. I see how hard you have fought to understand what is unfolding around you. You analyze, you measure, you wait for signs that feel safe. You hope for confirmation that removes all risk. But faith, true faith, is not born in the absence of uncertainty. It is born in the presence of my voice. When Peter walked on water, he did not walk because the sea was calm. He walked because he heard me call his name. And now I am calling yours. My voice is stronger than the storm, stronger than the doubts, stronger than the history that tells you to stay where you are. You do not need all the answers to take the first step. You only need the courage to say yes. This moment is holy. Do not overlook its significance. For years, I have been shaping your heart quietly, gently preparing you for what you could not yet see. Every disappointment, every unanswered question, every delay was not rejection, it was construction. I was building endurance in you. I was strengthening your discernment. I was teaching you to hear my whisper, even in the noise. What you perceived as stillness was not inactivity, it was formation. And now the formation has ripened into calling. The season of waiting is shifting. The season of stepping has begun. You feel the trembling inside you because transformation always begins with a holy disturbance. The ground beneath you is shaking not to break you, but to move you into alignment with what I have spoken over your life. You are not being pushed into the unknown. You are being led. You are not being thrown into deep waters. You are being invited to walk upon them with the one who commands the wind and the waves. Do not fear, for I am with you. I know your fears intimately. The quiet fears, the hidden fears, the ones you never voiced because you worried they made you weak. But weakness is not your enemy, and fear is not your identity. You are not defined by the insecurities that echo in your mind. You are defined by the one who shaped your soul, who breathed purpose into you before you took your first breath, who wrote your destiny before the foundations of the earth were set. My child, you were not made for the shadows. You were not made to shrink back, and you were not made to remain in the safety of the familiar. You were made to rise, to walk, to trust, to follow my voice even when it leads you beyond the map you once depended on. So now breathe. Feel the weight lift as my presence settles upon you. Let go of the urgency to control the outcome. Release the pressure to solve every detail. You do not need to orchestrate what I have already ordained. You only need to listen, to respond, to take one step. And with every step you take, I will steady you. With every step you take, I will strengthen you. With every step you take, the fear that once felt like a mountain will crumble into dust beneath your feet. Trust me now. Trust the one who calls you deeper. Trust the one who stands upon the waters. Trust the one who whispers your name with love that does not waver. This is where your new journey begins, not with certainty, but with surrender. Not with full understanding, but with full trust. And as you step forward, the story I have written for you will unfold in ways more beautiful, more powerful, and more purposeful than anything you have imagined. Take my hand. The waters will hold you because I will hold you. Move with me into the destiny I have prepared for you. As you stand at the edge of this calling, a subtle war begins within your mind. You feel a tug of war between the voice of faith awakening within you and the echo of old fears that once kept you anchored in place. This tension is not a sign of weakness. It is the sign of transition. It is the holy friction that occurs when your spirit begins to rise beyond the limitations your past tried to impose. The very shaking you feel right now is the evidence that something in you is awakening, something holy, something brave, something eternal. And though the enemy whispers lies designed to keep you bound, I speak truth that sets you free. The battle begins subtly, a question here, a doubt there, a quiet whisper of, "Are you sure?" that tries to weave itself into your thoughts. Anxiety tries to disguise itself as caution. Uncertainty tries to masquerade as realism. But I tell you plainly, the atmosphere of fear is never from me. I am not the author of dread. I am not the voice that wakes you at 3 a.m. with thoughts that spiral into panic. I am not the one who paints disaster in your imagination. My voice brings clarity, peace, direction, and strength. Fear speaks in chaos. I speak in calmness. Sometimes you feel that sudden heaviness settle in your stomach, a dull ache that presses down when you hear bad news, when you think of the future, when you worry about those you love. But hear me clearly, that heaviness is not my presence. I am the one who lifts burdens, not the one who tightens them. That knot of dread is a signal, not of danger, but of spiritual interference. It is not the truth. It is not your destiny. You were made for peace, for clarity, for hope. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Fear is an intruder, an uninvited voice trespassing upon the territory of your soul. And you, my child, have been given the authority to remove it. You do not have to accept every thought that enters your mind. You do not have to entertain every lie whispered into your heart. You have the right to stand, to resist, to speak truth in the face of deception. For every fear the enemy plants, I have already given you a promise. For every worry that rises, I have already declared a word over your life. Your task is not to defeat fear through force. Your task is to overwhelm it with truth. When the thought comes, "What if I lose my job?" you answer not with panic, but with my promise. My God will supply all my needs according to his riches in glory. When fear whispers, "What if something happens to your family?" you respond with truth. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. When anxiety paints worst-case scenarios, you counter with the reality that I hold your future in my hands. This is not empty positivity. This is spiritual warfare. This is you taking captive every thought that exalts itself against the knowledge of who I am. You must recognize that fear and faith cannot coexist in the same space at full strength. One will always weaken the other, but you decide which one grows. You decide which one you feed. And every time you choose to speak my promises instead of entertaining your fears, faith grows stronger roots within you. You begin to shift from reacting to standing, from panicking to trusting, from trembling to rising. The world around you is loud with bad news, chaos, conflict, uncertainty, instability. These things attempt to overwhelm your thoughts with dread. But I am calling you to a different posture. You are not a victim of the world's atmosphere. You are a carrier of mine. You are not meant to absorb the fear around you. You are meant to release peace into it. When others tremble, you will remain steady. When others despair, you will hold hope. When others collapse under the weight of uncertainty, you will walk with confidence because you know who walks beside you. But to live this way, you must anchor your soul daily in my presence. You cannot depend on a single prayer whispered in moments of crisis. You cannot rely on the leftover strength of yesterday. Just as your body needs daily nourishment, your spirit needs daily grounding. Come to me not as a ritual, but as a refuge. Come not to impress me with words, but to be restored by mine. Let silence become sacred again. Let worship soften you again. Let Scripture be the voice that shapes your thoughts instead of the noise around you. Do not wait for fear to wear off before you draw near to me. Come while the anxiety still trembles in your chest. Come while your thoughts still feel scattered. Come while you are unsure. I do not ask you to fix yourself before approaching me. I ask you to approach me so I can fix what fear has broken. My presence is not a reward for the calm. It is a shelter for the overwhelmed. You will find rest not when the world quiets down, but when you learn to quiet your heart in me. There will be days when fear tries to return, when a whisper sneaks in, when you sense that familiar pressure in your mind. But hear me, your fear is not a sign you are failing. It is a sign you are being refined. Every attack of fear is an opportunity for faith to take deeper root. Every anxious thought is a moment for truth to triumph. Every trembling step becomes a step of victory when it is taken with me. And as you continue to choose peace over panic, trust over turmoil, worship over worry, your spirit will begin to shift. The atmosphere within you will become stronger than the atmosphere around you. You will start to walk through situations that once intimidated you, but now they will feel small beneath your feet. You will confront challenges that once shook you, but now you will face them with clarity and strength. Fear will lose its grip, not because your circumstances changed, but because your spirit did. My child, I am not asking you to pretend you are fearless. I am asking you to let me be your courage. I am not asking you to deny the reality of struggles. I am asking you to acknowledge the reality of my nearness. You do not fight fear alone. You fight it with me, through me, and in me. And the more you turn toward me, the more fear will wither. The more you listen to my voice, the more silence will fall upon the lies. The more you trust my presence, the more the waters beneath you will hold steady. This is the journey of faith, not the absence of fear, but the refusal to bow to it. Not the guarantee of clarity, but the assurance of companionship. Not the eradication of storms, but the certainty of my hand holding you above the waves. Let this truth settle deep within you now. You were created to walk with courage, not because life is easy, but because I am with you. Not because you are strong, but because my strength is perfected in your weakness. Not because you understand everything, but because you trust the one who does. Breathe again, my child. Let peace fill the spaces fear once occupied. Let my presence guide you into the place where panic loses its power. I am here. I have always been here. And as you walk deeper into this journey, I will teach you how to silence the lies, strengthen your heart, and stand with confidence even when the winds rise around you. You are not stepping into the unknown. you are stepping into my unfailing love. As you learn to rise above fear and recognize the voice that speaks life into you, a new invitation begins to form, one that goes deeper than courage and further than simple trust. It is the invitation to come into the secret place with me, the place where surface-level faith falls away and intimacy with me becomes the source of your strength. You have felt the longing for this. You have sensed that gentle pull in your spirit, that soft stirring that tells you there is more. More than the routines of prayer, more than the recited words, more than the quiet moments where your mind wanders even as your lips move. There is a depth waiting for you, a communion that transforms, a connection that breathes life into the places you thought were too tired to rise again. For far too long, prayer has felt like a duty, a task to check off your list, a ritual to maintain, an obligation rather than an oasis. You have whispered words while your spirit remained distant. You have opened your mouth while your heart stayed guarded. You have tried to sound faithful even when you felt empty. But hear me now, with gentleness and truth. I am not looking for performance. I am looking for honesty. I am not moved by eloquent speeches. I am moved by sincerity. When you come to me with polished words but a distant heart, you may convince others, but you do not need to convince me. I see you, I know you, and I long for authenticity more than perfection. There is no need to pretend before me. If you are weary, tell me you are weary. If you are angry, tell me the truth of that anger. If you are lost, whisper it. If you are confused, speak it. You do not need to come to me cleaned, ordered, or composed. You come to me as you are, for that is where transformation begins. It is not the polished prayer that moves my heart. It is the vulnerable one, the simple cry of "help me," the quiet admission of "I don't know what to do." The whispered confession of "Father, I'm struggling." These words carry more power than 1,000 rehearsed phrases, for honesty opens the door where my strength enters. Your prayer life is not meant to be a ritual that strains you, but a refuge that restores you. It is not a burden, it is a lifeline. It is the place where I pour wisdom into your spirit, where I give clarity that cannot be found in the world's noise, where I steady your emotions and strengthen your peace. Your prayer closet, whether it is a real room or simply the quiet space within your heart, is not a place of escape. It is your command center. It is where battles are won, where storms are calmed, where courage is formed, and where direction is given. What you receive in that private place is what sustains you in the public one. You have tried to carry too much alone. You have placed pressure upon your shoulders that was never meant for them. You have analyzed, planned, worried, and strategized, hoping to avoid pain or chaos or disappointment. But your understanding, even at its best, is limited. My wisdom sees what you cannot. My knowledge stretches beyond the boundaries of your comprehension. And my voice, whispered in the secret place, will guide you into paths that human logic could never reveal. To walk in peace in this season, you must walk in communion with me. Not occasionally, not when there is trouble, but daily, consistently, intimately. I know what overwhelms you. I know the nights you lie awake replaying conversations, imagining outcomes, carrying burdens you never speak aloud. I know the moments where you feel spiritually lonely, where you look around and feel like no one truly understands the depth of your longing, the fire in your spirit, the urgency you sense in this hour. You have felt out of place, misunderstood, perhaps even isolated. But listen closely. This isolation was not a punishment. It was preparation. I have been shaping you in hidden places, cultivating spiritual senses the world cannot dull, tuning your ear to hear my whispers when others hear only noise. You feel like an outsider because you were never meant to blend in. You were being trained in the quiet, not for obscurity, but for purpose. You learned to rely on my voice because applause could not distract you. You learned to stand alone because you were never meant to sink in with the crowd. You learned strength in solitude so that when the storm comes, you would not collapse. I preserved you, refined you, and protected you, not because you were forgotten, but because you were chosen. You are part of a remnant, a people set apart, purified by trials, softened by compassion, and strengthened through struggle. This remnant is not defined by a building or a denomination or title. They are defined by hunger for me, by authenticity, by humility, by the refusal to bow to the idols of comfort, compromise, or convenience. They are the ones who choose truth even when it costs them something. The ones who choose love even when it hurts. The ones who choose faith even when fear is loud. And you, my child, are one of them. But now the season of hiddenness is shifting. The cave where you once found refuge is no longer where you belong. I am calling you out, calling you up, calling you forth, not to stand on a stage, but to stand on the front lines, not to seek influence, but to carry presence. You are being positioned for such a time as this. What I have placed within you is needed. What I have taught you in silence must now flow into a world that is starving for truth. You will not go alone. You will be connected with others who have been through the same refining fire, who carry the same spiritual hunger, who speak the same heavenly language. When you meet them, you will know. There will be a recognition deeper than words, a familiarity that feels like remembering. Their eyes will reflect the same fire that burns in yours. Their hearts will beat with the same longing for my presence. Their spirits will resonate with the same desire for truth. This is the unity the enemy fears. A unity not based on appearance or background, but on shared surrender. But hear me, this unity must be protected with humility. You must be quick to forgive, slow to speak harshly, slow to judge. Unity does not come from agreeing on every detail. It comes from holding me above every disagreement. The enemy will try to scatter you, to isolate you, to stir offense, to sow suspicion. Resist this. Guard your heart. Guard your connections. Then link arms with those I bring into your life, because the battles ahead are too great to face alone. Together you will stand stronger than you ever stood apart. And as you walk in intimacy with me, as your prayer life deepens, as you find your remnant and take your place among them, you will begin to realize something extraordinary. Your life is not only being transformed for your sake, but for the sake of others. The peace I pour into you will overflow into the fearful. The hope I anchor in you will strengthen the weary. The truth I speak to you in private will become the words that break chains in others. You are not just receiving my presence, you are carrying it. So come closer now, deeper, freer. Let your defenses fall, let your guard lower, let your heart breathe in the safety of my presence. I am not far, I am not silent. I am here, closer than your breath, steadier than your fears, stronger than your doubts. Let our conversation become constant, natural, honest, uninterrupted. Let your spirit learn to recognize me not only in moments of prayer, but in the ordinary rhythms of your day. I am with you in every moment, longing to speak, longing to guide, longing to strengthen you for what is ahead. There comes a moment in every journey of faith when the trembling inside your spirit begins to settle. Not because the storm around you has calmed, but because something within you has shifted. You begin to see the world differently, less through the filter of fear and more through the lens of purpose. The chaos that once overwhelmed you now becomes the backdrop against which my peace shines brighter. And as this transformation unfolds within you, you start to understand that the calling I have placed on your life is not only about what I want to do in you, but what I desire to do through you. You were not shaped in the silence only for personal restoration. You were shaped to bring restoration to others. There are people around you whose hearts are trembling the same way yours once did. People who hide their fears behind forced smiles, who carry burdens in their chests that press like unseen weights, who feel lost even in familiar places. And though they may never speak it aloud, their souls are crying for hope, for someone who carries a light steady enough to guide them through their darkness. You, my child, are that light. Not because you are perfect, but because you have walked through imperfection with me. Not because you know every answer, but because you know the one who does. Not because you are strong, but because you have learned where true strength comes from. When you walk into a room, you bring more than your presence, you bring mine. You carry peace that contradicts the anxiety of the world. You carry love that defies the coldness around you. You carry compassion that softens hardened hearts. Even when you do not speak, your spirit speaks. Even when you do not teach, your life teaches. Even when you feel ordinary, heaven sees something extraordinary resting upon you. This is the mystery of my presence. It transforms people not through your ability, but through your availability. When you make space for me, I make you a vessel for my glory. The world you walk through is wounded. It is filled with minds tormented by fear, hearts bruised by betrayal, families fractured by conflict, souls weary from carrying battles they cannot articulate. Every day you pass people who feel invisible, people whose eyes hold stories of exhaustion, pain, and silent despair. And my heart aches for them. That is why I have been shaping you, not to escape the world, but to step into it with supernatural love. Love that is patient in the face of frustration, love that listens when others judge, love that chooses mercy over retaliation, love that reflects my heart in places where hope has grown dim. The love I am calling you to walk in will challenge your natural instincts. It will stretch your compassion beyond your comfort. It will invite you to bless even those who have wounded you, to pray for those who misunderstand you, to seek peace with those whose words have pierced your heart. I know how difficult this sounds. I know how much your human nature resists it. But hear me. This is not about rewarding the one who hurt you. This is about freeing your own soul. When you hold on to resentment, you chain yourself to the past. When you choose forgiveness, you open the door for healing to flow. Forgiving does not mean forgetting the pain. It does not mean pretending the wound never happened. It means releasing the right to hold it against them so your spirit can breathe again. And when you pray for those who have wronged you, something miraculous happens inside your heart. The bitterness dissolves, the heaviness lifts, and your spirit aligns with mine. Forgiveness is not a reward for your offender. It is a gift for your own soul. But I know there are hurts you carry that feel too deep, wounds that were never acknowledged, betrayals that left marks even time has not erased. There are names that still stir discomfort in your spirit, memories that flicker like shadows behind your thoughts. You don't have to heal these alone. Bring every wound to me. Lay each sting of betrayal at my feet. Speak the names that ache in your heart. I am gentle with your scars. I am patient with your healing. I am tender with your pain. There is no wound too deep for my love to reach, no fracture too severe for my presence to mend. And as you heal, your love will deepen. Your compassion will grow stronger. You will look at people differently, not through the lens of their behavior, but through the lens of their pain. You will learn to see beyond the harsh words and into the brokenness that caused them, beyond the anger and into the fear beneath it, beyond the pride and into the insecurity it hides. This is the love that changes hearts, not the love that judges, but the love that understands. Not the love that demands perfection, but the love that embraces imperfection with grace. This is the love I modeled for you, and this is the love I am calling you to carry. But love alone is not your only weapon in this hour. There is also discernment, the ability to see through deception, to recognize truth amidst confusion, to sense the spiritual realities hidden beneath the surface. The days you are living in require you to stay alert, to stay awake, to stay anchored in my word. The world is growing darker, not only in its actions, but in its illusions. Deception will not always come dressed in obvious evil. It will often come clothed in charm, eloquence, and the false glow of spiritual counterfeit. That is why I call you to be vigilant, not fearful, but discerning. Discernment does not grow in chaos, it grows in communion. The more time you spend with me, the more clearly you will recognize my voice. The more deeply you root yourself in Scripture, the more quickly you will identify anything that contradicts it. My truth is simple, pure, unchanging. It does not twist to fit culture. It does not bend to please opinion. It does not evolve with the world's shifting standards. What I spoke, I meant. What I promised, I will fulfill. And my word remains the anchor that cannot be shaken. Hold fast to it, for it will guide you through every deception that rises. You will encounter voices that seem wise, teachings that appear inspiring, influences that appear powerful. But not all that glitters is divine. You must weigh everything against Scripture. You must test every spirit. You must ask, does this draw me closer to God or to a person? Does this encourage holiness or compromise? Does this strengthen my spirit or only my emotions? If it does not reflect my character, it is not from me. Stay rooted, my child. The truth will never mislead you. As the world trembles beneath the weight of confusion and fear, your clarity will become a light for others. Your peace will become their refuge. Your wisdom will become their compass. And you will find that the strength I build in you privately will become the strength others lean on publicly. This is why your preparation has been so intense. This is why your process has felt so long. Because what I am forming within you is not shallow. It is spiritual depth that cannot be shaken. You will walk into places saturated with chaos and carry stillness that shifts the atmosphere. You will speak words that were not rehearsed but breathed by my spirit. You will comfort individuals whose burdened hearts finally break open in your presence. And through it all, it will not be about your ability. It will be about your surrender. You are a vessel, a carrier of my love, a reflection of my heart to a world starving for light. And as you continue walking this journey, you will discover that healing and transformation are not destinations. They are lifestyles you carry everywhere you go. So breathe deeply and draw near to me again. Let your spirit rest. Let your heart open. Let your burdens fall gently at my feet. I am not finished with you. I am only beginning. And what I will unfold in your life will be far more beautiful than anything you could have imagined. You were made for this moment. You were shaped for this season. You were chosen for this calling. And I walk beside you with love that does not waver. There is a moment in your spiritual journey when the assignment before you becomes clearer than ever, not because the world has grown calmer, but because your spirit has grown stronger. You begin to realize that the calling upon your life is not a gentle invitation, it is a divine summons. A holy mission entrusted to you not because you are flawless, but because you are willing. And as the shaking in the world intensifies, as the noise around you grows louder, I am aligning your heart so that your purpose becomes louder still. You were not born to drift through these days. You were born to stand in them. But before you can stand for others, you must learn to stand in the peace I give you. The world offers a temporary calm, a fragile silence that quickly cracks beneath pressure. My peace is different. My peace is a fortress. My peace guards your thoughts when anxieties whisper in the night. My peace steadies your soul when uncertainty tries to sweep you off your feet. My peace fills your inner world so deeply that outer storms lose their power. This peace is your inheritance, but it must be received, chosen, and protected. You have spent far too many nights wrestling with invisible burdens, reliving scenarios that exhausted your spirit, carrying fears that drained your strength. But hear me with tenderness. You were never meant to carry what weighs you down. You were never meant to manage everything alone. You were never meant to navigate the path ahead by sheer willpower. I am inviting you to live differently now, not from a place of striving, but from a place of surrender. Not from frantic motion, but from quiet trust. Not from exhaustion, but from rest. Rest in my presence is not inactivity. It is alignment. It is the deliberate choice to step out of the whirlwind of busyness and into the stillness where you can hear my voice again. It is the sacred discipline of pausing long enough for your spirit to exhale. When you choose rest, your worries loosen their grip. When you choose rest, clarity rises. When you choose rest, strength returns. Rest is not the reward after victory. It is the power that produces victory. You have carried the weight of your family, your future, your finances, your responsibilities, and the unpredictable changes unfolding around you. You have tried to brace yourself for every potential outcome, hoping to feel secure by preparing for every possibility. But this world does not offer that kind of security, and trying to control what is beyond your reach only steals your peace. The security you seek is not found in certainty. It is found in me. Let go of the burdens. Release what is not yours to carry. Allow me to be God in your life. When you enter my rest, the frantic noise of your thoughts begins to quiet. The pressure on your chest eases. The heaviness you have carried for years starts to lift. In my presence, your fears lose their authority. In my presence, shame dissolves. In my presence, the lies that once felt so loud become distant echoes. My rest is a healing that works from the inside out. And as you learn to rest in me, your emotional and physical strength will begin to renew itself. The fatigue that clings to your bones, the tension in your neck, the weight pressing against your spirit, these are not signs of weakness. They are signs you have fought too long in your own strength. Come to me, and I will give you what no amount of sleep, distraction, or escape can offer. I will give you peace that reaches the depths of your soul. Your body is not just flesh and bone. It is the vessel I designed to carry my presence. Every breath you take is a reminder that life flows from me. But stress has tried to steal your strength. Anxiety has tried to weaken your health. Fear has tried to drain your energy. This is why I am calling you to rest and renewal in me. When your soul is whole, your body begins to heal. When your spirit is settled, your mind begins to clear. There is healing available to you right now, not someday in the future, not after everything is perfect, but in this very moment. Healing that begins in your thoughts, healing that enters your emotions, healing that restores your physical strength. Let my words wash over you like living water. Let my truth become the medicine your spirit has long needed. By his stripes you are healed, not only in body, but in the unseen places within you. Speak life over yourself. Speak my promises over your body. Speak my truth over your fears. You may feel symptoms, but they do not define you. You may feel weakness, but it will not consume you. The same spirit that raised Christ from the dead lives in you, strengthening you, renewing you, restoring you from the inside out. Do not surrender your body to fear. Command it to align with my word. And as your spirit strengthens, as your peace deepens, as your healing unfolds, you will begin to see the world around you differently. You will recognize that the darkness pressing against the earth is not a sign of defeat, but a sign of urgency. The harvest is ready. Hearts are open in ways they never were before. People who once mocked faith are now searching silently for hope. People who once rejected truth are beginning to question what they once believed. Their storms have softened their hearts, and I am sending you to them. But before you step into the harvest, there is something else you must understand. The world may not always welcome the truth you carry. There will be moments where standing for me means standing alone. You may be misunderstood, mislabeled, criticized, or even rejected. But do not fear this. You are not alone in these moments. I am with you. I stand beside you when the world turns away. I strengthen you when your heart feels the sting of rejection. I reward you when others do not see your sacrifice. Every time you endure hardship for my sake, heaven sees it, records it, and honors it. When you are excluded because of your integrity, rejoice. When you are criticized because you choose holiness, rejoice. When you are mocked because of your devotion to me, rejoice. Not because the pain is pleasant, but because your faith is precious. Every insult becomes a jewel in your crown. Every rejection becomes a testimony of your allegiance to me. When you suffer for my name, you stand in the company of prophets, saints, and martyrs. And hear this with gentleness. Do not be afraid when pressure increases. I am not preparing you for survival. I am preparing you for victory. Pressure does not crush those who are rooted in me. It strengthens them. Trials do not destroy those who walk with me. They refine them. And as the world becomes more unstable, the stability I place within you will become your testimony. But even as the pressure rises, even as the world's values shift further from mine, I will never ask you to face these days in your own strength. I will speak for you when you do not know what to say. I will defend you when you feel misunderstood. I will comfort you when tears fall in secret. I will stand beside you in every moment of discomfort and in every moment of courage. And when you feel the sting of persecution, remember this. They rejected me long before they rejected you. You are not being attacked because you are wrong. You are being attacked because you reflect me. So breathe deeply. Lift your head. Keep your spirit awake. Keep your heart surrendered. You are not walking toward darkness. You are walking through it carrying my light. Every step you take with me is a victory. Every moment you choose faith over fear is a breakthrough. Every time you stand firm in truth, heaven stands with you. You are not alone. You are not overwhelmed. You are not forgotten. You are rising, stronger, steadier, and more radiant with every passing day. As you continue to walk with me through the changing landscape of this world, you will begin to notice a shifting not only around you, but within you. The more you choose faith over fear, rest over striving, and truth over deception, the more your spirit awakens to a deeper reality, one that the world cannot comprehend. You will begin to sense that your life is positioned between two realms, the physical world you see with your eyes, and the spiritual world that is unfolding with greater intensity every day. And in this sacred tension, I am calling you to walk with spiritual awareness like never before. This awareness is not a burden. It is a blessing. It is not given to overwhelm you, but to empower you. You were not created to live blindly, stumbling your way through confusion. You were created to recognize my movements, to sense my promptings, to discern the unseen battles unfolding around you. You are not a spectator in this hour. You are a participant in a divine mission. There is a rising deception in the world, subtle and alluring, clothed not in darkness, but in counterfeit light. People will be drawn to ideas that appear wise but contradict truth, teachings that stir emotions but starve the spirit, leaders who perform signs but are void of my presence. This deception will be powerful enough to mislead even the strong, unless their roots run deep into my word. You must anchor your life in Scripture, not in feelings, not in culture, not in noise. Hey, my word is not merely a book. It is the spiritual oxygen your soul requires. It is the sword that cuts through lies. It is the lamp that guides your steps. It is the foundation that keeps you steady when everything else shifts. The enemy fears a believer who knows my word, for truth dismantles every scheme he constructs. So do not neglect it. Do not treat it casually. Treat it as a treasure that reveals the mysteries of heaven. And as you stand firm in truth, you will begin to recognize that the battle you face is not against flesh and blood. The conflicts in your relationships, the tension in your workplace, the heaviness you feel in the atmosphere, these are not merely emotional experiences. They are spiritual signals. And to fight a spiritual battle with human strength is to guarantee defeat. But when you fight clothed in my armor, my truth, my righteousness, my peace, my faith, my word, you will stand victorious. You will recognize attacks before they manifest. You will discern lies before they sink into your heart. You will withstand storms that were meant to destroy you. But in this battle, you must also learn to guard your heart against weariness. The enemy's greatest strategy is not always dramatic. Often it is subtle. He whispers discouragement when your breakthrough is near. He stirs heaviness just when you are rising. He pushes loneliness into your spirit when you are on the verge of connection. But hear me clearly. Your weariness is not a prophecy. It is an indicator that you are close to a new level of strength. When heaviness tries to settle upon you like a gray blanket, suffocating your hope and shrinking your courage, you must remember the weapon I have placed in your hands: praise. Praise is not a song, it is a battle cry. It is the declaration that no matter how heavy your circumstances feel, I am greater. It is the decision to lift your voice even when your heart feels quiet. Praise breaks spiritual chains that strength alone cannot break. When you choose praise in the middle of pressure, the atmosphere begins to shift. Darkness trembles. Lies unravel. Fear loosens its grip. Praise invites my presence into the very places where despair tried to settle. And where my presence is, heaviness cannot remain. So when discouragement rises within you, do not wait for your feelings to change. Open your mouth. Speak my goodness. Thank me for what I have done and what I will do. Your praise is your garment of victory. And as that garment wraps around your spirit, something beautiful begins to happen. You begin to walk in joy again. Not surface-level happiness, but deep-rooted joy. Joy that flows from knowing you are held. Joy that persists even when circumstances shift. Joy that strengthens your bones, heals your heart, and lifts your spirit from the inside out. This joy will become your strength in the days ahead. When others crumble under pressure, you will stand. When others panic, you will remain steady. When others lose hope, you will radiate mine. But as you rise in strength, I must prepare you for another truth. The world will not always understand the light you carry. There will be moments when your peace appears strange to them, when your confidence appears unreasonable, when your devotion appears excessive. You may even face rejection from those you hope would support you. But the rejection of man is not a reflection of your worth. It is evidence of your calling. Do not shrink back when you feel misunderstood. Do not dim your light to make others comfortable. Do not water down truth to gain acceptance. The approval of people is fleeting, but the approval of heaven is eternal. Stand firm in who I created you to be. Stand firm in truth even when it is unpopular. Stand firm in love even when it is not returned. For every moment you stand for me, I stand with you. You will face seasons where you feel alone, where it seems no one comprehends the fire within you, where the path you walk appears narrow and unfamiliar. But solitude is not abandonment. It is a sacred appointment. It is in those moments that I draw nearest. It is there that you hear my whispers most clearly. It is there that you discover the strength that is not dependent on applause, validation, or understanding. I am the companion who never leaves. I am the friend who never betrays. I am the presence that sustains you when every earthly support crumbles. And as your dependence on me deepens, something extraordinary will begin to unfold. You will become a vessel for my glory, not through striving, not through performance, but through surrender. My glory is not an emotional experience. It is a divine transformation. It purifies your motives, reshapes your desires, and burns away everything that once held you back. My glory is the weight of my presence, resting upon you, flowing through you, changing everything around you. When my glory fills your life, people will sense peace when you enter a room. They will feel comfort simply by your presence. Conversations with you will bring clarity to their confusion and courage to their fears, not because of who you are, but because of who I am in you. You will become a carrier of divine atmosphere, one that shifts hearts and opens eyes. You will be a representative of heaven in a world starving for hope. But to carry this glory, your heart must remain surrendered. Every hidden room within you must be opened. Every fear must be laid at my feet. Every desire must be aligned with my purpose. Holiness is not about perfection, it is about yielding. Yielding your pride, yielding your plans, yielding your need for control, yielding your wounds, your dreams, your future. When you surrender fully, you become a vessel I can fill completely. You are being shaped for a time unlike any other. The shaking in the world is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to awaken you. For while the world trembles, my remnant rises. While systems collapse, my kingdom advances. While darkness spreads, my light grows brighter in those who walk with me. And you, my child, you are part of this rising. You are part of this movement. You are part of this divine unfolding. Do not fear what is coming. Fear only losing sight of me. For as long as your eyes remain fixed on me, you will walk gracefully through every storm. You will stand firmly in every shaking. You will shine brightly in every season of darkness. You are mine, and I will complete the work I have begun in you. As you grow into this calling, this sacred identity I am shaping within you, you will find that the world around you continues to tremble. But the more the world shakes, the more unshakable your spirit becomes. This is the paradox of divine formation. While everything external seems unstable, everything internal becomes anchored. And as this anchoring deepens within your soul, you will begin to understand that your life is no longer defined by what is happening around you, but by what I am establishing inside you. You were not created for instability. You were created for foundation, for purpose, for endurance. Yet there is one area of your life where the battle has been fiercest: your provision. You have watched the world's systems become fragile and unpredictable. You have felt the tension of rising expenses, shifting markets, unstable economies, and uncertain futures. And though you try to trust me, a quiet fear rises whenever you consider what lies ahead. You wonder if you will have enough. You wonder if your job is secure. You wonder how you will care for those you love. But hear me clearly. Scarcity is not your story. Fear is not your forecast. Lack is not your destiny. You are part of my kingdom, and my kingdom does not collapse when the world does. My kingdom is not tied to markets or governments or financial systems. My provision is not dependent on trends or predictions. I am your source, not your paycheck, not your employer, not your savings account. These are channels, but I am the fountain. When a channel dries up, the fountain remains. When one door closes, another opens. When resources shift, my faithfulness does not. I will provide for you in ways that defy logic. In the days ahead, you will see unusual provision unfold. Doors you did not knock on opening suddenly. Opportunities you did not pursue finding you. Blessings arriving from unexpected places. You will witness debts resolved, needs met at the exact moment they arise, and resources flowing from places you never considered. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is my hand, and I am teaching you to look to me, not to the systems around you. But there is a deeper principle you must understand. My provision flows most freely through obedience. When I prompt you to give, do not hesitate. When I nudge you to sow, do not resist. Generosity is not about losing. It is about aligning yourself under the open heavens of my kingdom. The world says to hold tightly when things feel uncertain, but my kingdom says the opposite. When things grow tight, open your hands. For an open hand is a vessel I can fill, but a closed hand becomes a barrier to blessing. Think of the widow who offered her last small portion. Think of the prophet fed by ravens, the oil that did not run dry, the manna that fell daily from heaven. Provision in my kingdom does not operate by earthly rules. It operates by trust. Trust that what you release, I will multiply. Trust that what you give, I will return. Trust that generosity is the key to supernatural supply. And as fear tries to whisper, "What if you don't have enough?" I speak louder. You will lack no good thing. You are not walking into famine. You are walking into faith. The world may hoard, but you will sow. The world may panic, but you will rest. The world may chase security, but you will find it in me. My child, your future is not fragile. It is fortified by my promises. But as I provide for you financially, emotionally, and spiritually, I must also warn you of another subtle enemy that rises quietly: the coldness of the world. You have felt it, haven't you? A chill in the atmosphere of society, a hardening of hearts, a rise in division, anger, cynicism, and apathy. Conversations that once brought joy now drain you. Relationships feel brittle. People react with harshness instead of understanding. Compassion seems rare. This coldness is not random. It is the result of hearts growing weary under the weight of fear. But I am calling you to walk in a different spirit, one of warmth, tenderness, patience, and supernatural love. This love is not sentimental. It is strength wrapped in compassion. It does not collapse under pressure. It does not retreat under offense. It does not waver in the face of rejection. This love is your greatest weapon against the world's growing coldness. When people wound you, love anyway. When they misunderstand you, love anyway. When they speak harshly, respond with gentleness. When they distance themselves, pray for them. Love is not weakness, it is warfare. It is the force that melts the ice forming around human hearts. It is the one language the world cannot argue against. Every act of love is a crack in the darkness, but loving others will stretch you. You will encounter individuals whose pain spills out as anger, whose wounds make them difficult to love, whose fears manifest as hostility. Do not take this personally. Their anger is not about you, it is about the battles within their hearts. Look past their behavior and see the bruised soul underneath. Love them there. Love them deeply. Love them beyond what makes sense. For this kind of love reflects me more clearly than any sermon ever spoken. And as you walk in this radical love, you must also prepare for opposition. Not physical attacks, but emotional ones. Not violence, but misunderstanding. Not persecution through force, but through rejection. Yet every time you are rejected for my sake, heaven stands to honor you. Every time you suffer for righteousness, angels surround you. Every time you endure hardship for truth, your spiritual authority increases. You are being strengthened through every struggle. Mein neer and sunnem. I know the pressure you feel. I know the uncertainty that surrounds you. I know the moments where you feel like the enemy is tightening his grip around your emotions, your peace, your confidence. But you are not trapped. You are not vulnerable. You are not losing ground. You are being refined for resilience. And in this refining, there is a promise you must hold tightly to, a promise that silences fear, calms anxiety, and restores strength. I am the God who restores. The world steals, but I return. The enemy destroys, but I rebuild. Life wounds, but I heal. Time seems lost, but I redeem it. I restore the years the locusts have eaten. You look at seasons of your past and feel grief over the time you think you lost. The opportunities that slipped through your fingers, the relationships that broke your heart, the months or years that felt wasted through pain, confusion, or sin. But nothing is wasted in my hands. I do not simply give back what was lost, I multiply it. I transform the rubble into testimony. I rewrite the pain into purpose. Your story is not behind you. Your restoration is before you. For me, even now I am rebuilding what was broken. I am healing what was wounded. I am straightening what was crooked. I am lifting what collapsed. I am restoring what was stolen. And in the restoration, you will see my faithfulness in ways you never imagined. You will stand in awe at how I turn loss into gain, sorrow into joy, ashes into beauty. Not someday, but now, in this very season. So do not give in to despair. Do not let the coldness of the world harden your heart. Do not let fear convince you that you will not make it. You are rising into a divine assignment that requires courage, compassion, clarity, and unwavering trust. And I am shaping these qualities within you because the world needs what you carry. You are not the weak one. You are the chosen one. You are not forgotten. You are appointed. You are not lost. You are being led. And I am with you in every step, every breath, every battle, every breakthrough. Stand strong, my child. You are walking into a future filled with my provision, my protection, my promises, and my presence. And nothing will separate you from my love. As you continue walking with me through this divine unfolding, you will begin to sense a deeper shift, one that touches not only your emotions or your faith, but the very atmosphere of your spirit. You will feel a quiet strengthening in places that once felt fragile. You will sense clarity where there used to be confusion. You will notice boldness rising where fear once whispered. This is not self-confidence. This is presence confidence. It is the assurance that flows from knowing I am with you, in you, and ahead of you. And as this holy assurance grows, you will begin to understand that what I am doing in your life is preparing you to walk in a wisdom that does not come from the world. The world you live in is loud with opinions, strategies, predictions, and theories. Everywhere you look, voices compete for your attention. Voices promising quick solutions, instant success, or passive ease. Yet for all its noise, the world lacks true wisdom. Human wisdom may appear intelligent, but it is limited by experience and blinded by emotion. My wisdom sees beyond time. My wisdom sees past deception. My wisdom cuts through illusion and exposes truth. And now more than ever, you must walk not with human reasoning, but with divine wisdom. Divine wisdom is not complicated. It is not lofty or unreachable. It begins in the quiet space between your breath, in the stillness where you make room to hear me, when you pause instead of rushing, when you listen instead of reacting, when you seek my heart instead of following your impulses. Wisdom is found in the pause. It is found in the moment you ask, Lord, what are you saying? Before you move, speak, or decide. You do not need to know the end of the journey to walk in wisdom. You only need enough light for the next step, and I will give it to you. Not all at once, not in a map that explains everything, but as a daily guidance that teaches you to depend on me moment by moment. This dependence is not a burden, it is a gift. It is the gift of being led by the one who sees every hidden trap, every unseen blessing, every door that must open, and every door that must remain closed. There will be moments ahead where decisions weigh heavily on your heart. Moments where you feel torn between options, where the path forward seems unclear. But do not be anxious. Ask me for wisdom, and I will give it generously without judgment. I will speak through peace. I will guide through stillness. I will confirm through alignment with my word. My wisdom will not confuse you. It will clarify you. It will bring light to the dark places in your understanding. But wisdom alone is not enough. You must also cultivate spiritual alertness. The world is entering a time of profound shaking, socially, spiritually, morally. Systems will falter. Values will shift. People will cling to whatever seems promising, even if it is false. This is why you must remain watchful, not fearful, not paranoid, but spiritually awake, watching not for danger, but for direction. Watching means paying attention to the whispers of my spirit. Watching means noticing when I nudge your heart towards something, even if it seems small. Watching means discerning when I close a door, not as rejection, but as protection. Watching means recognizing the subtle tactics of the enemy before they take root. You are not helpless in this hour. You are a watchman, alert, attentive, anchored. But being spiritually awake also means training your heart to listen, not just your mind. Your heart knows my voice in ways your logic cannot comprehend. Your heart recognizes truth even when circumstances contradict it. Your heart senses danger even when everything looks normal on the surface. Trust the spiritual instincts I have placed within you. They are part of your divine equipment for this time. As you watch and pray, you will begin to see the world differently. You will recognize that the external shaking is preparing hearts for harvest. People who once rejected hope will search for it. People who once relied on their own strength will seek something greater. People who once mocked faith will reach out quietly when no one is watching. And you will be ready, not because you are perfect, but because you are available. You will learn that the most powerful testimony you carry is not your knowledge, your achievements, or your eloquence, but your story. Your story of how I met you in your weakness. Your story of how I pulled you from fear. Your story of how I strengthened you when you wanted to give up. Your story of how I restored what you thought was lost. Your story is a key that unlocks prison doors for others. Do not underestimate the power of your story. When shared with humility and love, it becomes a bridge for the broken, a lifeline for the weary, a spark for the hopeless. You do not need to preach. You simply need to open your heart. A few honest sentences, spoken with compassion, carry more weight than 1,000 rehearsed speeches. Authenticity breaks chains. Humility disarms defenses. Love softens the hardest places. And as you walk in this calling, as a carrier of wisdom, a watchman, a storyteller, you will discover something else rising within you. Courage. Not the loud, bold, dramatic courage the world celebrates, but a quiet, steady, unwavering courage that comes from knowing you are held. The courage to stand for truth even when others sit in silence. The courage to love deeply even when the world grows cold. The courage to walk in obedience even when you do not understand the outcome. This courage is a sign that my spirit is working powerfully within you. Courage does not remove fear, it overcomes it. Courage does not silence uncertainty, it moves forward in spite of it. Courage does not guarantee clarity, it simply trusts my hand to guide each step. And when you walk with courage, the enemy trembles. He trembles because he knows he cannot control a heart that trusts me. He trembles because he cannot manipulate a mind anchored in truth. He trembles because he cannot intimidate a soul clothed in peace. But even with courage, you must learn to rest. The greatest battles are not won through constant striving. They are won through surrendered stillness. When you pause in my presence, when you breathe deeply and lay your burdens down, when you sit quietly and let my love wash over you, that is where your strength multiplies. Rest is not the absence of activity, it is the presence of alignment. Do not confuse rest with retreat. You are not stepping backward, you are stepping inward, into the place where clarity rises, into the sanctuary where your soul heals, into the quiet where I shape your thoughts, cleanse your emotions, and strengthen your spirit. Rest is where you remember who you are and whose you are. Rest is where you are reminded that victory does not come from effort. It comes from me. And as you rest, as you watch, as you stand, as you walk in wisdom, something extraordinary begins to take shape within you. A radiant hope. Not a fragile hope tied to circumstances, but a hope rooted in eternity. A hope that whispers, "This is not the end. This is the beginning." A hope that reminds you that no darkness can extinguish the light I placed inside you. A hope that becomes your anchor in ever-changing times. You are walking through a divine transition. Heaven is aligning you with destiny. Your spirit is awakening to its purpose. And every step you take with me is shaping you for the days ahead. So rise, my child. Trust the process. I am guiding you with wisdom, surrounding you with peace, filling you with courage, and covering you with love. You are walking exactly where you need to be, right beside me. As your spirit continues to awaken and your heart becomes more sensitive to my leading, you will notice a new stirring within you, something deeper than emotion, stronger than desire, and more enduring than excitement. It is the pull toward eternity, the quiet longing for a world made whole, the holy awareness that this life is not the final chapter. This longing is not escapism. It is not weakness. It is the echo of eternity placed within your soul long before you took your first breath. It is the instinct that reminds you, you were made for more than the brokenness you see around you. You were made for glory. Yet I do not reveal this longing so you will withdraw from the world. I reveal it so you will engage it with purpose. The signs around you are not meant to frighten you. They are meant to awaken you. The upheaval of nations, the shifting of moral foundations, the confusion rising among people. These are not signs of despair. They are invitations. They are reminders to lift your eyes, for the King is drawing near. But until that day, I have given you one command: occupy until I come. This does not mean waiting passively. It means living actively with purpose, intention, and holy urgency. It means using your gifts, your voice, your influence, your compassion, your story, your time to bring light into the places where darkness has settled. You are not waiting for rescue. You are participating in redemption. You are not meant to hide until the end. You are meant to shine until the end. And this shining begins with the oil you carry. Your oil is the intimacy you cultivate with me. It is the result of your time in the secret place where you allow my presence to become your refuge, your strength, your clarity, your comfort. Oil cannot be borrowed. It cannot be transferred. It cannot be imitated. It must be formed through fellowship, through surrender, through love. You cannot live on yesterday's oil. You must draw fresh from me daily. So guard your oil, protect your time with me. Do not allow distractions, discouragement, or noise to pull you away from the well you drink from. The more chaotic the world becomes, the more vital it is that you stay deeply rooted in me. Do not treat your quiet moments with me as optional. They are oxygen to your spirit. Without them, fear creeps in. With them, you become unshakable. And as the world grows darker, you will begin to see something remarkable happen. People will be drawn to the light in you. Not because you are perfect, not because you have all the answers, but because your peace confounds them. Your hope confuses them. Your strength surprises them. They will wonder how you can remain steady when everything around you seems unstable. They will sense something different in your presence, a warmth, a calm, a quiet authority. What they are sensing is me. You may feel small, but the light in you is not small. You may feel insignificant, but the fire in you shakes the spirit realm. You may feel unworthy, but the grace that covers you makes you a vessel I can use in profound ways. Do not underestimate the influence of a life surrendered. Do not underestimate what I can do with a willing heart. For when you stand in the darkness with my light, even the smallest flame becomes impossible to ignore. You are that flame. But as I shine through you, I must also prepare you for a reality that many avoid. Walking with me does not exempt you from opposition. In fact, the brighter your light becomes, the more noticeable you will be to those who resist truth. There will be moments when your values isolate you, times when your faith makes you misunderstood, situations where your refusal to compromise makes others uncomfortable. Do not be surprised. This is evidence that you are not blending into the darkness. You are standing against it. And every time you stand, heaven stands with you. I know what it feels like to be rejected. I know what it feels like to be misunderstood. I know what it feels like to pour love into hearts that meet it with hostility. So when you face these moments, remember this: you are not suffering alone. You are sharing in my sufferings, and I count that as honor. The world may shame you for it, but heaven celebrates you for it. Your endurance is a testimony more powerful than any sermon. Your perseverance is a beacon to those who are silently watching you from afar. And though you may feel the weight of pressure, I promise you this: I will strengthen you in the very moments you feel weakest. When you do not know what to say, I will give you the words. When you do not know how to respond, I will give you wisdom. When you feel outnumbered, I will remind you that heaven surrounds you. When you feel weary, I will lift you up with my right hand. You are never alone in these moments. You must also understand the deeper purpose behind every trial you endure. Trials are not punishment. They are preparation. Pressure is not abandonment. It is refinement. Challenges are not signs that I have left you. They are signs that I am shaping you. Every difficulty you face is a chiseling tool in my hands, carving character into your spirit. I am not breaking you. I am building you. I am building strength, endurance, compassion, patience, humility, and a faith that cannot be shaken by circumstances. When the heat of adversity rises, it is not to burn you. It is to reveal you. To reveal the gold I placed within you. To reveal the resilience you did not know you possessed. To reveal the depth of what I have been cultivating in your heart when no one else was watching. The world sees the storm, but I see the preparation. And as you learn to endure with grace, something else unfolds within you. Authority. Not worldly authority, not an authority that demands attention or strives for influence, but spiritual authority born from surrender. Authority that comes from walking with me through fire. Authority that comes from trusting me in uncertainty. Authority that comes from choosing faith when fear wanted to take root. This authority cannot be faked. It cannot be learned from books. It is forged through intimacy with me. This authority will be essential in the days to come, for there will be battles that cannot be fought with willpower or emotion. There will be situations where human reasoning fails and only spiritual strength prevails. There will be moments when you are confronted with darkness that only my light within you can drive out. And in those moments, you will not shrink back. You will stand, you will speak, you will pray, you will declare truth with boldness and compassion. You will walk in authority because you walk with me. But above all, I want you to remember this truth: the victory is already won. You are not fighting for victory, you are fighting from victory. The outcome has been secured. The enemy is defeated. The grave is empty. The throne is occupied. And nothing can change what I have already accomplished. Every battle you face is temporary. Every trial you endure is momentary. Every storm you walk through is passing. The victory is mine, and I share it with you. So lift your head. Let hope rise again. Let courage steady your steps. Let peace guard your heart. Let purpose guide your actions. You are walking into a divine assignment that spans beyond your imagination, and I am equipping you every step of the way. The journey is not easy, but the reward is eternal. The pressure is real, but so is my power. The darkness is present, but so is my light within you. And nothing will stop the work I am doing in your life. You are chosen, you are called, you are empowered, you are covered, and I am with you now and always. As you continue walking through this sacred unfolding, you will notice something stirring not only in your spirit, but in your physical body as well. The pressures of this world, the anxieties you have carried, the burdens you have silently held, all of them have left marks within you. The tension in your chest, the heaviness in your shoulders, the exhaustion that lingers even after rest, the tightness in your breathing, these are not random. These are not signs of weakness. These are signals that your soul and your body have been fighting battles that were never meant to be fought without me. You have tried to push through stress with strength, to manage fatigue with willpower, to quiet fear with distractions. But these solutions have not brought you the lasting peace you long for. You treat the symptoms while ignoring the root. But I see the root clearly, and I am bringing you into healing that goes far deeper than anything you have experienced before. My child, your physical exhaustion is intertwined with the weight your spirit carries. And now I am calling you to a new way of living, a way marked by wholeness, alignment, and divine rest. Hear me. I created your body with intention. Every breath, every heartbeat, every cell is crafted with purpose. You are not a machine designed to run without pause. You are a temple, sacred, delicate, resilient, and filled with my presence. And I desire for this temple to be well, to be whole, to be strong. Your physical health is deeply connected to the condition of your soul. When fear grips you, your body tightens. When stress overwhelms you, your body aches. When worry lingers, your sleep fades. When anxiety rises, your immune system weakens. You may see these as problems to medicate, problems to manage, problems to ignore. But I see them as messages, whispers from your soul saying, "Come back to the one who gives peace." You were never meant to carry these weights alone. I want you to look at your body not with frustration or disappointment, but with compassion. The fatigue you feel is not laziness. It is the cry of a soul longing for rest. The tension you carry is not failure. It is evidence that you have been trying to survive battles in your own strength. The sleepless nights are not weakness. They are signals that your heart has questions it has not brought to me. And I am here to receive every burden you have tried so hard to hold inside. My peace is not an abstract idea. It is medicine, it is healing, it is restoration. When I say, "My peace I give to you," I am offering you something that reaches into your nervous system, your hormones, your muscles, your breath. My peace settles chaos. My peace slows the racing mind. My peace soothes the restless heart. And my peace brings life to the places where exhaustion has taken root. But you must learn to receive it. Receiving my peace is not a passive act. It is a deliberate choice, a daily returning, a conscious opening, a surrender of control. It is choosing to pause when everything in your life demands movement. It is choosing silence when the world bombards you with noise. It is choosing worship when fear whispers lies. My peace is available, but you must step into it. And as you step into it, I will also begin teaching you how to honor the physical body I have given you. For too long, you have treated your body as though it is unimportant, secondary, or merely functional. But it is part of your calling. It is the vessel through which you serve, love, speak, work, and shine my light. If your body is weary, the light flickers. If your body is neglected, your spirit feels the strain. Listen for the quiet nudges I have already been giving you, the gentle tug to rest, the subtle prompting to drink water, the whisper encouraging you to breathe deeply, to walk outside, to stretch, to pause. These are not random thoughts. They are my guidance for your well-being. I am not calling you to extreme discipline or rigid routines. I am calling you to attentiveness. Attentiveness to the temple I have entrusted to you. Sometimes healing will come instantly, miraculously, supernaturally, but often healing flows through gentleness. Gentle changes, gentle routines, gentle awareness, gentle surrender. Do not ignore the gentle things. They are how I rebuild you from the inside out. Healing is not only an event, healing is a lifestyle. And as your body begins to find rest, your soul will become more receptive to what I am doing within you. You will begin to notice that your clarity returns, your energy rises, your joy awakens, your discernment sharpens, your compassion deepens. Exhaustion dulls spiritual sensitivity, but rest opens your ears to my whispers again. This is why I am teaching you the sacred rhythm of rest. Rest is not laziness. Rest is not avoidance. Rest is not weakness. Rest is the act of entrusting your life into my hands. Rest is the declaration that you do not sustain yourself. I sustain you. Rest is surrender, and surrender is strength. There will be moments when the urgency of life will tempt you to push past your limits. Moments where you will want to sacrifice your well-being for the sake of productivity. Moments where you will think, I can't stop now. But hear me, if the pace of your life is draining your soul, it is not from me. My yoke is easy, my burden is light. The pressure you feel is not commanded by heaven, it is demanded by fear, and fear has no authority over you. Let me teach you a new rhythm, a rhythm where your soul breathes, a rhythm where your body heals, a rhythm where your emotions stabilize, a rhythm where your mind finds clarity. This rhythm is not found in the frantic hustle of the world. It is found in the slow, steady, sacred alignment with my presence. Live in this rhythm, and you will find strength you never imagined. And as you enter this rhythm, you will begin to walk not only in health, but in wholeness. Wholeness is the integration of body, mind, and spirit, moving together in harmony under my guidance. When one is weak, the others compensate. When one breaks, the others strain. But when all align under my presence, you become a force of heaven upon the earth. This wholeness is your inheritance. Do not despise the days of healing. Do not rush through them. Do not compare your journey to others. The healing I am doing in you is personal, intentional, and sacred. The places where you feel weakest are the places where my strength will shine brightest. The areas where you feel most broken are the areas where my glory will dwell most powerfully. Healing is not a detour, it is preparation. You are being prepared for greater things than you can see. You are being strengthened for seasons you have not yet stepped into. You are being refined so that when the world is shaken, you remain steady. You are being shaped so that when others collapse under pressure, you rise with calm authority. You are being healed so that you can carry my presence without crumbling under the weight of it. My glory does not rest upon the exhausted, it rests upon the yielded. So yield, my child. Let me heal your body. Let me quiet your mind. Let me soothe your heart. Let me bring rest to the spaces where chaos has lived for too long. You have carried so much in silence. Let me carry it now. You are safe. You are held. You are being restored from the inside out. And the restoration I am doing within you will prepare you for the days ahead. Days where you will walk in strength, clarity, peace, and purpose like never before. This is the beginning of a new wholeness, a new strength, a new you. As the healing work deepens within you, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, you will begin to recognize a new and unfamiliar landscape forming before your eyes. Life as you once understood it is changing. The familiar structures, the predictable patterns, the rhythms that once guided you, they no longer carry the same stability. It is as though the world is shifting beneath your feet, reshaping itself in ways that challenge your sense of safety and certainty. And in these shifting seasons, you may feel unprepared, as if the tools and understanding you once relied on are no longer enough. But do not fear this unfamiliar territory. I have not brought you here to confuse you. I have brought you here to prepare you. The world is moving through a great transition, a shaking that will expose what is weak and strengthen what is eternal. Old methods will fail. Old solutions will prove powerless. Old systems will crumble under pressures they cannot withstand. But you, my child, are not called to navigate this new season with old tools. You are being equipped with wisdom from above, revelation born of intimacy, and discernment sharpened by my spirit. The world has its experts, but you have me. The confusion you sometimes feel is not a sign of your inadequacy. It is a sign that you are awakening to a higher guidance. You are no longer meant to live by instinct alone, or logic alone, or emotion alone. You are being drawn into a deeper dependency, one that requires you to seek me not occasionally, but continually. Your survival in this season depends not on prediction, but on communion. Human wisdom looks backward, analyzing patterns, collecting data, building strategies from the past. But divine wisdom looks forward, illuminating steps no data can reveal, whispering directions no human could predict, guiding you not by explanations, but by revelation. And I will give you this wisdom freely, generously, abundantly. But you must ask for it with a heart willing to follow where I lead. There will be moments where the path ahead seems hidden, not because I am far, but because I am drawing you nearer. I do not reveal everything at once because revelation without relationship becomes information without transformation. If I gave you every answer in advance, you would move without seeking me. So instead, I give you light for the next step. And as you take that step, I give you light for the one after it. This is not uncertainty, it is intimacy. The world teaches you to move fast, decide quickly, act impulsively. But my wisdom invites you to pause, to breathe, to listen. The pause is not weakness, it is discernment. In the pause, you step out of fear and into clarity. In the pause, you disconnect from the noise and reconnect with my voice. In the pause, you make room for heaven to speak into earth. And this is where miracles begin, not in frenzy, but in stillness. So when you feel overwhelmed, pause. When you feel confused, pause. When you feel pressure rising, pause. Wisdom is revealed in the pause, direction is found in the pause, and peace returns in the pause. Let this become your new rhythm, a holy rhythm that keeps you aligned with heaven even when the world spins in chaos. As you walk with this rhythm, your discernment will sharpen. You will begin to sense spiritual realities beneath natural events. You will recognize deception disguised as wisdom, manipulation disguised as truth, and distraction disguised as opportunity. This is not paranoia, it is perception. My spirit will awaken your senses so that you can navigate this world with clarity others do not possess. You will see danger before it forms. You will perceive traps before you step into them. You will discern motives before they harm you. This sensitivity is a gift. Treat it as treasure. You will also begin to recognize how I open and close doors. Some doors will shut abruptly. Some relationships will fade. Some opportunities will dissolve. The world may tell you these are losses, but in reality, they are protections. Hear me clearly. When I close a door, it is always mercy. When I close a door, it is because what lies behind it would have harmed you, drained you, or distracted you from your purpose. Trust my closures as much as you trust my openings. You will also see new doors open. Doors that surprise you, doors you did not ask for, doors you feel unprepared to walk through. But these doors are not accidents. They are assignments. These are divine alignments, orchestrated by my hand, placed before you for such a time as this. And though you may feel unqualified, remember, I do not call the prepared, I prepare the called. And you are being prepared in this very moment. As you walk through these divine doors, you will begin to notice how your influence grows. Not because you chase visibility, but because you carry authenticity. Not because you promote yourself, but because I elevate you. Not because you seek recognition, but because your life becomes an answer to the cries of others. Influence in my kingdom does not grow through ambition. It grows through surrender. But with influence comes responsibility. You must guard your heart from pride disguised as confidence. You must guard your motives from ambition disguised as purpose. You must guard your decisions from fear disguised as wisdom. This is why I keep calling you back into the secret place. When your heart drifts toward pressure, the secret place brings realignment. When your vision becomes clouded, the secret place brings clarity. When the world pulls at your identity, the secret place restores truth. Never neglect this sanctuary, for it is your command center in this new season. The more you grow, the more the enemy will try to distract you. He will whisper doubts, stir confusion, provoke anxiety, and send subtle temptations. But you will not fall for his tactics because your discernment is awakening. You will recognize lies instantly. You will sense spiritual attacks before they arrive. And you will counter every whisper of fear with truth. Truth that is written, truth that is spoken, truth that I have planted deep within your heart. This truth will become your anchor. When the world shakes, you will stand firm. When others panic, you will remain steady. When the future seems uncertain, you will walk with confidence. Because your confidence is not in your ability to predict what comes next. Your confidence is in my ability to guide you through it. You are not in the dark. You are walking with the light. This is your preparation. This is your equipping. This is the awakening of your spiritual senses. Everything I am teaching you now is forming the foundation of the next chapter of your calling. A chapter where you will not simply survive, you will lead. A chapter where you will not simply endure, you will shine. A chapter where you will not simply navigate uncertainty, you will become a source of stability for others. So do not be afraid of this unfamiliar territory. Do not fear the unknown. Do not shrink back from the shifting ground. Everything that feels unstable beneath your feet is stable in my hands. Everything that feels uncertain to you is certain to me. You are not walking into confusion. You are walking into destiny, and I am guiding you every step of the way. Rise in confidence, move in discernment, walk in wisdom, stand in peace. I am with you, and I am preparing you for what comes next. As this new chapter unfolds within you, you will begin to feel another deep stirring, one that touches the very core of who you are. You have walked through seasons of breaking, seasons of waiting, seasons of healing, seasons of awakening. And now you are stepping into a season where my glory begins to rest upon you in ways you have never experienced before. Not the distant sense of my presence you once knew, not the quiet reassurance that surrounded you in difficult moments, but a weighty, tangible, unmistakable presence that transforms everything it touches. For generations, my people have visited my presence as though it were a destination, a place they enter briefly and then leave behind. But what I am forming within you is different. You are not being called into moments of visitation. You are being prepared for habitation. My glory will not come to visit you. It will come to dwell in you. And when my glory dwells in a life, that life can never remain the same. My glory is not emotional hype. It is not spiritual sensation. It is not a fleeting moment of goosebumps. My glory is the manifestation of who I am. My holiness, my love, my power, my purity, my truth, my fire. When my glory rests upon you, it does not simply comfort you. It changes you. It refines you. It purifies you. It awakens you. It transforms the atmosphere around you. You begin to see differently, feel differently, react differently, speak differently, think differently. But before my glory rests upon a vessel, that vessel must be consecrated. Consecration is not perfection, it is surrender. It is the willingness to let me illuminate the hidden corners of your heart. It is the courage to let go of attitudes, habits, attachments, and wounds that cannot carry the weight of my presence. Consecration is not about earning my glory, it is about making room for it. And you, my child, have been in a long season of being made ready. Every pruning you endured was preparation. Every delay you faced was alignment. Every tear you cried was softening the soil of your spirit. Every challenge you walked through was forging capacity in you. You thought you were being broken, but you were being expanded. You thought I was withholding from you, but I was making space within you. You thought you were losing, but you were being positioned to carry what others could not. And now the weight of my glory is drawing near. You will begin to feel it in subtle ways at first, a deeper sensitivity to my whisper, a stronger conviction toward holiness, a heightened awareness of my presence, a stirring compassion for those who are hurting, a sudden boldness that rises when truth must be spoken. These are not random feelings. These are signals that your spirit is being clothed in my presence. But my glory also reveals. It reveals anything that cannot remain. It shines upon the fears you still grip, the wounds you still guard, the doubts you still hide. This revelation is not condemnation, it is invitation. An invitation to bring every hidden thing into my light, to surrender what weighs you down, to release what does not align with the destiny I have written for you. My glory does not shame you, it frees you. Healing flows wherever my glory rests. There will be moments when you feel discomfort because light exposes what darkness tried to bury. There will be moments where you feel vulnerable because you can no longer hide behind the walls you built to protect yourself. There will be moments where you feel stretched because I am expanding your capacity to carry more. Do not resist these moments. They are part of the process. I am not harming you. I am shaping you. As my glory rests upon you, it will begin to change the way you see sin. Not with judgment or self-hatred, but with clarity. You will begin to feel a holy discomfort toward anything that keeps you distant from me. You will no longer tolerate what drains your strength. You will no longer indulge in what dulls your spirit. You will no longer cling to what harms your soul. This is not legalism, it is liberation. Sin loses its appeal when my glory becomes your atmosphere. You will also begin to experience healing in places you thought would remain wounded forever. Not only healing from memories, but healing from interpretations. You will feel a shift in your discernment. It will sharpen instantly when you surround yourself with those who hear my voice. Unity amplifies discernment because unity clarifies vision. What one person sees dimly, many can see clearly. But unity also carries responsibility. You must become someone who protects it fiercely. You must refuse to entertain gossip, refuse to feed division, refuse to repeat negativity, refuse to assume the worst, refuse to let your emotions dictate your relationships. This level of unity is rare, fragile, and powerful, protected as treasure. And as unity grows, you will begin to see the true purpose behind it. You are being formed into a spiritual army. Not a violent army, not a prideful army, but an army of compassion, truth, presence, and authority. An army that stands firm when the world trembles. An army that carries healing where there is brokenness. An army that carries light where shadows dominate. An army that carries hope into places drowning in despair. You will not fight with physical weapons. You will not fight with anger or fear. You will fight with prayer, persistent, fervent, unrelenting prayer. You will fight with worship that shifts atmospheres. You will fight with truth that breaks chains. You will fight with love that melts hardened hearts. You will fight with unity that exposes the weakness of darkness. The battles you face are not against flesh and blood. They are spiritual, and your spiritual weapons are mighty. In this season, you will sense an increase in spiritual warfare, not because you are failing, but because you are rising. You will notice pressure around your mind, heaviness around your emotions, distractions around your assignments. Do not be alarmed. This is not a sign that you are losing. It is a sign that you are advancing. The enemy always attacks what threatens him, and you threaten him. But you will not fight alone. I will surround you with people who carry the same fire, people who know how to pray, people who know how to encourage, people who know how to stand firm. You will lock arms with them. You will strengthen one another. You will lift one another. You will hold each other up when the burden feels heavy. This is the beauty of unity. It multiplies strength and divides pressure. And the more united you become, the more my glory will increase among you. My glory does not rest on isolated individuals. It rests on a unified body, a body that moves as one, hears as one, loves as one, fights as one. You will see miracles in this unity. You will see breakthrough in this unity. You will see revival in this unity. Because where my people dwell together in unity, there my blessing commands itself. So prepare your heart not only to walk with me, but to walk with others. Prepare to heal old relational wounds. Prepare to forgive those who hurt you. Prepare to embrace those I bring into your life. Prepare to love beyond your preferences. Prepare to fight for unity as if your calling depends on it, because it does. Unity is not optional. Unity is essential. Through unity, my glory will fill the earth. As unity forms around you and the remnant begins to rise, you will start to sense another profound shift, a spiritual acceleration unlike anything you have felt before. It will feel as though the veil between the natural and the spiritual becomes thinner. You will sense movements in the unseen realm with greater clarity. You will feel a heightened awareness of both the battles being waged and the victories being won. This is not your imagination. This is not emotional sensitivity. This is the awakening of your spiritual sight. For too long, many of my children have lived unaware of the reality that surrounds them. They see only what is visible, hear only what is spoken, feel only what is tangible. But you, my child, are stepping into a deeper dimension, one where your spirit becomes attuned to what heaven is doing and what darkness is attempting. You will no longer live passively. You will no longer walk blindly. You will no longer fight in confusion. I am opening your eyes. And when spiritual sight opens, you begin to discern the true nature of the battles around you. What looked like discouragement is revealed as warfare against your purpose. What looked like anxiety is exposed as the enemy trying to choke your voice. What looked like isolation is revealed as the enemy attempting to silence your influence. But when you see clearly, you fight accurately. When you discern correctly, you pray strategically. When you understand the enemy's schemes, you walk with confidence, not fear. The enemy has always feared those who can see. A blind warrior can be misled, distracted, or deceived. But a warrior with sight, true spiritual sight, is unstoppable. And that is what you are becoming. You will begin to recognize patterns in your battles, cycles in your emotions, triggers in your thoughts. These are not random. These are entry points the enemy has used for years. But now the doors are being closed. The access points are being sealed. The footholds are being broken. You are stepping into a new level of freedom because you are stepping into a new level of awareness. Do not be surprised if your dreams intensify. Dreams are one of the languages of heaven. Through them, I reveal warnings, confirmations, directions, and mysteries. Pay attention to the dreams that linger in your spirit. Pay attention to the images that carry weight. Pay attention to the impressions that stay with you when you wake. Not all dreams come from me, but the ones I give will carry peace, clarity, or conviction. My spirit will teach you the difference. You may also notice an increase in spiritual resistance, not because you are weak, but because you are dangerous. Darkness always intensifies its efforts when someone begins to see through its illusion. The pressure you feel is not punishment. It is evidence of your rising authority. You are not being attacked because you are failing. You are being attacked because you are advancing. Do not retreat. Do not shrink back. Use the authority I have given you. And remember, authority is not loudness. Authority is not volume. Authority is not emotion. Authority is rooted in identity, knowing who you are, whose you are, and what has been placed inside you. When you speak truth with confidence, darkness trembles. When you declare my word in faith, strongholds weaken. When you stand your ground, angels stand with you. You are never fighting alone. In this season, I will begin training your hands for spiritual battle, not fighting through panic, but through presence. Not fighting through fear, but through faith. Not fighting through force, but through authority. I will teach you how to dismantle lies with truth, how to silence fear with my promises, how to break oppression through worship, how to resist temptation through wisdom. This is not theoretical. This is practical warfare. And you will walk in victory because victory is already written over your life. But spiritual warfare is not only about resisting darkness, it is also about advancing light. You will carry light in conversations where despair has taken root. You will carry hope into environments where fear dominates. You will carry clarity into places clouded by confusion. You will carry peace into atmospheres suffocated by anxiety. Wherever you go, the spiritual atmosphere will shift because my presence moves with you. And this is where unity becomes critical again. One flame disrupts darkness, but many flames destroy it. You will begin to witness how spiritual battles are won faster, prayers are answered sooner, and breakthroughs come easier when unity is present. The enemy divides because he knows unity multiplies power. When my children intercede together, worship together, stand together, darkness loses its footing. This is why I am gathering my remnant, so that no one fights alone. You will also begin to sense angelic activity around you, not in strange or superstitious ways, but in the subtle awareness that you are not alone. Angels surround those who fear me. They war on your behalf. They protect, guide,